Welcome to the habit of showing up. This is a space for caregivers, mothers, and anyone who is learning to choose themselves again, even in the middle of responsibility, love, and exhaustion. Here, we practice presence, tenderness, and steady becoming. One breath, one day, one small act of showing up at a time. I'm your host, Kimberly Sparks, and I want you to know you are not alone in this. Let's take one slow breath together. Now let's begin. Episode 1, Strength in the Quiet. Here's the deal. As I was thinking about starting a podcast again, this would be my second one, I had to have a meaning behind it. My very first podcast was centered around sharing my journey as a special needs mom to my daughter Grace. It was called the Ashley and Grace podcast show. And I had a co-host, and we talked about the different things we were going through while raising our daughters that both have special needs. As I completed that one, I still felt empty, but it's been a minute, and I just knew I had to get back at it. So here I am to share more with the habit of showing up. Today, I wanted to open with something that happened to me that kind of pushed me to this moment. July 9th, 2024, my daughter with special needs had a heart attack. She caught COVID, got sick. One thing led to another. We ended up in the hospital trying to figure out what was going on with her. And God be it, while we were at that hospital, she had a heart attack in the hospital. God couldn't have had us in a better place. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. It was so heart-wrenching. I was actually just standing over her, and she was having a hard time with something, and she grabbed me. Both of my arms. She grabbed both of my arms, and she said, "Ma." Deeply, like something I've never ever felt before, went all through my body. As soon as she said it, she went limp. I screamed. The nurses came in, and immediately she was cold. Her body was cold. Her feet were cold. They were putting warm packs on her. The room began to fill up. Before I knew it, it was at least 14 people in the room surrounding her bed, trying to get an IV in her. And before I knew it, I was in that room alone. I was sitting there alone. They had wheeled her out and said they needed to take her to ICU right away. And I was kind of just sitting there, trying to figure out like what was going on. I never experienced anything like it before. I've never seen a heart attack. She's been sick many times, so it was really, really confusing to me. I didn't know she had stopped breathing. I didn't know she was gone in that moment. It wasn't until later that I found out they had to resuscitate her 4 times in 22 minutes to get her breathing. Now that was a long journey. And I'm still on that journey, guys. I'm still on that journey, processing, because so many things have happened since then that have just reshaped my life in so many different ways, even just in how I show up on a daily basis. Life has funny like that. Things will happen, it'll just shift your perspective. Things that seem to matter don't matter no more. There's so much strength in your quietness. In that room, when everybody was gone, I was left in the room. I was left in the room for a minute while they went to situate her. It was just me. It was quiet. I started praying. I didn't even know what to pray, I tell you. I didn't even know she had a heart attack. I didn't even know. But I needed strength in that moment because I knew I was alone and I needed to figure out what was next, what really was going on, and I had to be prepared. I sat in a chair and I got real quiet and I went within and just asked for strength. I just asked for strength. I didn't even know what I was asking for strength for, but I asked for strength. A few minutes after that, a nurse walked in. And she kind of explained to me a little bit of what was going on and how they got her breathing on a breathing machine. And she hugged me. And she said, "I'm so glad you were here. I'm so glad you were here in this hospital when this happened." I knew then that it was deeper and serious than I probably could just ever. Now, mind you, and I'm sure this is something we'll talk about in upcoming podcasts, because Grace, she's autistic, but she has a very rare metabolic disorder called propionic acidemia. So we'll talk about that more, but I wanted to share this, that it was something about me getting quiet, that allowed me to get through that moment and even make it to this moment where I'm here with you. So this is what this podcast is going to be about. Just the habit of showing up, because I had to show up in that moment. You never know how you're going to have to show up. So I want you to take a deep breath, let it out slowly, and just know you are not alone. Keep showing up.